Now, this one is for Marie. When I said some lines will have to be unfinished, I meant these lines, you see? That edge here. Okay, let me zoom in. Okay, zooming in and okay, now if I go really dark on this line here, which I've gone on this side, okay, that creates a beautiful dark edge. But sometimes to make that line a little bit less edgy, I could go over it, tiny amount of, see a tonal value. See, now okay, that little experiment or that little darker tone that I've done on the top of the edge over the very sharp line, that suggests to me and to the viewer that this part of the cylinder is further back. See, it's receding, is merging with the background. See? And then this is a lot sharper because this is closest to us. This is closest to the camera. Like the fingers coming to the camera. That's the closest. And this is from here, it's further away, goes back to the background. So this is what I meant. Sometimes some lines need to be left unfinished. And look at the sphere. Atmosphere. Look at that. See, this line here, it's unfinished. And that is merging with the background, you see. So look at the difference. If I go with a sharp edge, see, that makes the sphere coming towards us. See, towards the camera. But if I leave it unfinished, unspecified, with less line, look, that becomes part of the background. Look at that. You see, that's what I meant. Sometimes some lines are better to be left alone and unfinished, but I can increase the darks here, which makes the cast shadow, makes the sphere pop out a bit more. Now, I could continue and do that, but it's not as advisable, because if you continue to do that, then it looks a little bit artificial, because you see every part of the sphere is influenced by what is beside the sphere. And in this case, you have the edge of the cube and the light coming from the right, and you have the bouncing light bouncing back to the sphere. You see? So then, yes, you have this dark here, but then this area has been influenced by this light here. So, although logically I would conclude, and you would say, okay, well, that line should continue that. Yes, it should. It should continue if I did not have that flat surface here and light, which bounces back. If I had a dark shadow there, let's say the cube is black. So give it a dark tone. The cube is like painted with black. Okay? So say that this area is black. Then this this core shadow comes right down here. So I have a very clear core shadow. Because I have no white surface to bounce back. It's painted in dark, in black. But because it's not, let's go back to the light. Because it's not, then that light bounces back to the sphere, and that's what you get. You get a rounded, bouncing light back to the sphere. Okay, and let's say sometimes they're left unfinished, they're better. Okay, well, I can play here with that. I mean, I can have a very sharp edge here, look, and then move it artificially and make that less sharp. It is a sharp edge, but I don't want to make a very exact the same line here. So look, sometimes see, that's almost like unfinished. but it makes more of a realistic image. Do you see, like a real object in front of you? Okay, that was for Marie. And for every one of us. Okay, it's not only for Marie, but so again, I'm doing this to identify the issues that we all have. See you in the next one.